Hey, and welcome to SAR Trail. We are out in Moab, Utah, not too far from Canyonlands and Arches National Parks, and today we're going to do Gold Bar Rim Trail, but to get there we first got to go over Gemini Bridges Trail, which is an easy trail, and then Gold Bar Rim is rated difficult. So that one's going to be a lot of fun, full of some incredible obstacles. The most noted is the waterfall, and you go down it on the way in and up it on the way out. And we can't wait to get to that one because that's something that we've been dying to get our H3 on for a couple years now. I think as soon as I found out about it. So here's the deal. When you're coming to Moab and you want to hit trails, make sure you get this book. This book has super valuable information. It is called Guide to Moab, Utah, Backroads and Four-Wheel Drive Trails. We're going to put a link in the description box so you can just click on that link, go straight to Amazon and buy that book and have it to your house within a couple days. It'll give you plenty of information on your next trip to Moab. And you can do trails. It's got a little bit of information on camping, but it's basically a trails book for ATVs, 4x4s, and whatnot, but it gives you information all about the different trails. Okay, so we're gonna start at Gemini Bridges Trail. We go on this for 4.8 miles. This is the lead-in trail that then will get us to Gold Bar Rim. Gold Bar Rim is the more challenging, one of the most popular trails here in Moab. So the way you get to where we're at right now, Gemini Bridges, you're gonna come from the intersection of 191 and 313. You're gonna head south for 1.2 miles. At that 1.2 miles, you're gonna see a parking lot, which is on the ridge side, depending on what direction you're going. But for us, it was on the right side. So from that intersection of 191 and 313, 1.2 miles south, parking lot will be on your right-hand side. You come right on in. If you need to drop a vehicle, you got to pay to park. If you're driving on in, no big deal. You come over the railroad tracks and you're going to take your very first left. You will see that sign that says Gemini Bridges. We hit Gold Bar Rim. We're going to go 4.8 miles down this trail, and it takes us to the trailhead of Gold Bar Rim. When we get over to that trailhead, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our H3, what we have done to it, so you can compare it to your vehicle, so you can kind of know if this is the right trail for you or not. Okay, so we hit 4.8 miles on Gemini Bridges Trail, and we are now, you can see the trail sign. Gemini Bridges is that way up the hill, and Gold Bar Rim, the one we're taking, is that way. So as you approach it, you take left, you get to Gold Bar Rim, you go right, you can stay on the easier trail, which is Gemini Bridges, which has like a cool sight to see. But we're not heading that way, we're going to Gold Bar Rim. Okay, so we're aired down. It's almost 100 degrees out here, so I just aired down to 27 PSI. If we need to drop lower at some obstacles, we will. But it's burning up hot out here. We're ready to get back inside and get moving. Wanted to let you know how this vehicle is set up, so it kind of gives you an idea to compare your vehicle versus ours. This is a Hummer H3 with the Alpha, which is a V8 engine, and the Adventure package, which gives it the 410 gears, a little bit higher ground clearance than a base Hummer H3. Also, we have a 2-inch lift on the front, 2-inch on the rear, so we're sitting up a little bit higher, and we have 35-inch tires that are on here. These are the Toyo Open Country MTs, so it's an MT tire giving us lots of traction on the trails, and we're aired down now to 27 PSI on all four. So compare that to your vehicle. You'll see on the obstacles we're gonna hit, so you can kind of know, is this right for your vehicle or not right for your vehicle? This is certainly a trail that stock vehicles probably shouldn't go on, or at least with a really good driver and a really good spotter, you might get away with it with a high clearance like a Rubicon or an H3 Adventure Series. Maybe you could get away with it. But certainly modified vehicles is really kind of the requirement for Gold Bar Rim Trail. So let's get going, guys. You ready? Okay, so Gold Bar Rim Trail is 3.6 miles one way, obviously 3.6 miles back. So plan your time accordingly. It's not a long trail, but it is a difficult trail. So there's going to be sections when you're going slow. And if it's heavily trafficked on a busy day, which it doesn't seem to be that today, but if it is, then plan for even more time, because there's going to be lines at some of the harder obstacles. Okay, so nothing too super challenging yet, but we're at 6/10 of a mile now, and I would say this is the first challenging obstacle, the first one we really wanted to take a look at and hop out and pick our line strategically. So Natalie's going to guide me on down, but it looks like we got a clear line. You can see all over these rocks the scratch marks, scrape marks from guys who either haven't taken a good line or they were in a vehicle that was going to scrape. Like right in here, you can see tons of scrapes here and over here. So bring me down safe, baby. Okay, we are 1 mile in on that trail, and I gotta say, that's probably the toughest first mile we've ever done on any trail. You know, nothing that was really a huge concern for us, but certainly a lot going on for the first mile. So at 1 mile, you're gonna hit an intersection. You can see the sign says Gold Bar Rim, which will be, if you're driving up to it, to your left. To your left. We got the hood popped right now because it is 114 degrees right now. It's brutal. We're not running the air conditioner. We got windows down, hood up for a couple minutes, just letting that engine cool off, and wanted to shoot this spot here. We just came down a really steep section, and on the way back, I'm gonna try to go up on the little bit steeper part of that last obstacle we just did. Feel just more comfortable going up when you got a chance to go steeper than going down. I just don't want to slide, and these are brand new tires. I'm not sure exactly how they respond. Certainly right now, they've done everything we've asked them to do. But I want to just make sure that I know them really well before we start doing things a little bit harder, sliding downhill. So here we go, let's keep on rolling. Okay, so we are at mile marker 1.5, and at 1.5 you're going to see a sign. It looks just like this. You can go left to Gold Bar Rim or go right to Rusty Nail. Rusty Nail is strictly for like extreme boulderers, Can-Ams, Razors, vehicles that are really lifted and prepared, because it is an extreme trail. Where Gold Bar Rim is a difficult trail, but it's still something that a street-driven vehicle can do. So we're going to Gold Bar Trail, Gold Bar Rim, but you guys can see, I mean, it is really super, super gorgeous. Let me give you an update on the trail so far. The first 2/10 of a mile are sand, really slippery sand, but nothing challenging at all. Then you hit 4/10 of a mile, between 2/10 and 6/10 of a mile, that are really pretty difficult trail. It's pretty hard. Then it eases up after that. You got a couple difficult obstacles, but not too much to get to mile marker 1.5. Beyond 1.5, we're gonna have to see. Okay, so we are at the infamous waterfall here on Gold Bar Rim, and this is really why we came here. But I'm gonna tell you, it is crazy steep, and we don't have anybody with us, and you have to go down it, then finish the trail, come back, and then go up it. I'm not worried about the going up, but the going down, this thing is really, really steep. And there's nobody on this trail. We've seen a couple Can-Ams and a Razor, and they refuse to go down this thing, which honestly, that's ridiculous in those things. They should just go right down it and right back up, no big deal. But we're by ourselves. I just don't know what our vehicle can do going down that steep without having a strap on the back of it. Going up it, I know we're good because I've seen countless H3s go up this thing. But take a look at this. And this is really, really steep. And like I said, going up, I would say let's go right up. But going down with this much sand all over it, I guarantee we're gonna slide tires. And last thing we wanna do is slam the front end down there and have something really bad happen. So, I hate to say it, we're not going any further. If we had a group with us, we would continue. We'd take a strap to the back and get down safely. Because you can see, I mean, this is a trail here that for people going up or down, at this point, the waterfall has this big W, means there's a winching spot there. There aren't a lot of trails that have that. So that tells you how difficult this obstacle is. Next time we come to do this trail, we're gonna come with friends so we can take a strap and get down this thing, because I'm really bummed right now. But it's a smart decision to say, let's eat lunch right up here. Because honestly, it's between 102 and 119 degrees so far we've seen out here, depending on the angle you are on the mountain with the sun, and it's hot. Let's go get lunch. Warning, Gold Bar waterfall ahead. Please evaluate obstacle carefully before driving down, as there is no bypass. Winches and lockers are suggested beyond this point. Alternate routes off Mesa are more difficult. So, look at this at the bottom. It says, spending an unplanned night at the bottom is no fun. Just saying. I mean, I'm not worried about getting up it, because I know we can get up it, but I don't know what happens going down. We've never gone down something that steep before. So, we're gonna come back one day, maybe when it cools off, maybe September or October. We're gonna catch up with an off-roading group or bring some friends with us, and we're gonna take a strap on the way down, and then we're gonna power right on up on the way up. But until then, we will tuck our tails and drive safely home. Because sometimes, guys, you gotta listen to your wife. When it looks really steep, it's because it's pretty steep. Yep. So we just took lunch, and now we are gonna find our way back up. And trust me, this is not the only obstacle on this trail. It is the one we wanted to do, but we also want to be able to drive back to Colorado too. So that is important.
There's been plenty of obstacles along this way, and
yep,
we've got to do them all again in reverse.
Yeah, do them all in reverse. The ones that we went up, now we get to go down them, and the ones that went down, we get to go up them. So, still an awesome trail, but I gotta tell you, it is ridiculously hot. Right now, the angle we're at on the rock here, it's about 112. We're gonna see points of at least 119, because that's what we saw on the way out here. And there's still a lot of more heat during this day to go, because the sun is just directly overhead. And it usually seems to be reaching peak heat between 2 and 4 o'clock. So we're probably gonna see a couple more degrees, probably break 120 on the way back. So we gotta get going. Okay, so we are at the high point of Gold Bar Rim Trail. This is the point where you keep going, we've turned back now, we're heading back off. You go at this high point and head your way down to the waterfall. So this is the high point here. Everything else here is pretty much a downhill general trend, though there's a lot of ups and downs along the way. But it's called Gold Bar Rim because, I mean, look at it here. It's golden. All of this area up here, this mesa, this tabletop is golden. So let's find our way down. We're gonna take some of the steeper obstacles on the way back on the upside. So you'll see those on the way. So there's a lot of more big obstacles to come, some that are really steep, some steep climbs. And we're not taking the easy way out of here. So we're gonna go up the steep ways. Okay, so we're at this section. I think what are we? It's hard to tell because we're on the way back now, what mile in. But on the way down, this is probably about...
I think that's a mile. That's
so we're about 3/4 of a mile right here, maybe 8/10 of a mile right here, looks like. So about 8/10 of a mile if you're coming into the path. On the way back, honestly, I don't know. So this is a steep section. We did this section over here on the way down, which is a lot easier. Now we're gonna take this steep section up right here. You can kind of see, pointed right up the line that we're gonna take. And this is not quite as steep as the waterfall, but we're trying to get a feel for what this vehicle can do. So here we go. All right, so we just made it up that. We know now we need to get a front locker in this. We have a rear e-locker, and I want to put on a front air locker on this thing, and it'll just pull us right up because we were just having one tire spin. Kind of frustrating on a vehicle we know can make it up that stuff a lot easier. But either way, we made it up, and now we're going to do this one here. This looks like about a 3-foot ledge. So we're going to see if we can throw a tire up on here and get on up. All right, so that's the finish of Gold Bar Rim Trail. Thank you, Natalie, for guiding me all the way through all around that place. Hey, we didn't get to do the waterfall because it was a smart thing for us not to do, but you saw there at the end. We did not hold back on the way back. We hit every hard, steep obstacle that was uphill on the way back, and we're learning more what this H3 can do. We just got it lifted up a little bit, and we added the big tires just recently, so we're just learning. We need front lockers for sure, because we don't have that. And I don't know what else we're gonna do to it, but we are learning what she can do, and this is an awesome, fun vehicle to drive. Thanks for checking out SAR Trail, and thank you for watching us at Gold Bar Rim. And check out our other videos. We have Broken Arrow Trail that we did on a bone stock 31-inch tired H3. You got to check it out. That's a great trail in Sedona. And then we got more coming for you as well. More trails, more fun, and more overlanding. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe, please. Thank you.